Hang on. Is this the same story?
Yeah.
There's a monkey now?
I'm serious.
Come on.
Some build cathedrals, others tweet.
Me and Jackie, my wife, look at each other and go, she never needs to know.
He comes across as boring, but I don't think he's actually that boring.
If you like, I'll rank all of the excrements. So I would prefer horse to dog.
When customers complained about my behaviour in a supermarket, I received a particularly harsh punishment.
David C.
Oh. Are we to infer that you were employed by the supermarket?
I was an employee.
And what was it you did then that upset them?
So people would buy, like, a roast chicken that had been pre-cooked, and then...
It's the only way you can get a roast chicken.
And it'd be in sort of a bag,
right.
But when I would bag it, I'd put it in the bag and then I'd kind of give that a flick, a little, like kind of a flourish before I'd put it down.
Yeah.
I was swinging the chickens. Customers were complaining.
Sorry, so you're at the checkout. Where are the roast rotisserie chickens? You don't acquire them at the checkout, presumably.
No, people were buying them and taking them to the checkout.
OK, so they arrive at the checkout.
In Australia, when people shop, they get the stuff and then they take it to the checkout. You scan it and then little,
I've read about supermarkets, I know all that. It's your job on checkout to double bag the chickens.
Yeah.
Is there not a risk that your swinging technique might splatter juices, all over everyone?
No risk, no reward.
No risk, no reward?
You got to risk it to get the biscuit, brother.
Did you say you had a strange punishment?
This is not from the boss, but the supervisor. The circus was in town.
What?
The circus came to town.
The circus came to town. I wasn't expecting that.
To advertise that someone with a monkey came and they were handing out flyers outside of the supermarket.
Hang on. Is this the same story?
Yeah.
There's a monkey now?
I'm serious.
Come on.
OK, Sam, go on.
So everyone else was taking their break. They were going out to look at the monkey and to admire it, and because I'd been up to all this stuff with it, I was not allowed to go on my break to look at the monkey and never got to witness it. I wanted to go out to everyone else, and my friend came back and he goes, you wouldn't have wanted to see it, it was covered in scabs. And the boss and the supervisor, I don't know if I should even mention this, they were having an affair and they were going on cruise ships together.
Can I just tell you now, right? In this show, if you're given 3 different truths or lies, spread them out throughout the show, rather than think you've got to do them all in one story.
The supervisor doesn't like your chicken swinging.
He says we don't do that kind of thing here.
And you said, swinging? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
It's time to go for your guess, then.
Can we pass just this one? We're leading on Mastermind. You can pass, can't you? You don't have them sort of going, no, guess! Guess who was the Emperor of China in the 4th century?
It's down to you,
Well,
boss.
that's...
It's down to you,
I'm
Dave.
going true.
You're saying? All right. Yeah. They think it's true, Sam. Was it true or was it a lie?
It was true.
After a wild party to celebrate our 2000th episode, I slept the night on the one-show sofa.
Please do.
Oh. When did the one show start? What year?
I don't know.
Oh. Are you like the Khmer Rouge? Nothing existed before you turned up.
Did anybody join you?
Oh, hello.
And slept there?
The sleeping bit. But
Sue Pollard, I can't tell you that.
Nothing like that. No, I was just wondering if they wanted to keep you company in case you forgot to wake up for the next edition.
No, so I'll tell you what it is. I'm a bit out of practice. I was excellent at drinking before I had the children.
Right.
But since the children, I'm not as good.
Right.
So actually, I'd fallen asleep at the end of the party. Everybody was still milling around. They just put a blanket over me and left me there.
Paint a picture for us, Alex. Who else was there? I'm imagining it was a starry affair.
No. Well, you can't invite one guest without all of them. Can you imagine how many people would have been there, Rob?
over 10.
There have been 2,000 episodes, and there's how many guests per episode?
Oh, well, 3 or 4.
3 or 4?
I mean, it varies.
So that's like 8,000 guests, of whom 1,500 are Giles Brandreth.
Yeah.
What time did you wake up the following day?
Oh, early. 6:37.
And, I mean, what went through your mind?
Oh, beside myself.
There was 2 of you there.
They'd taken my shoes off.
Some people, don't they? They employ staff. What about your PR or somebody like that would understand?
PA.
Yeah, PA.
I don't know. I haven't got a personal person. Have you got a personal person? You will have. I mean, you're a national treasure.
I've got 6, but they haven't lasted long.
Do you get Why?
Yeah, I pay them too much.
I don't think your PA could ever be paid too much.
Well... Do you want to come outside? No, carry on. No, I just think it just seems a bit unfair, Alex.
What do you think, Chris? Does this smack of the truth for you?
I think there's a lot of truth in this. You're probably nodded off in the corner while Giles just continued with his stories.
It's always nice to have a little insight into these exclusive show business parties, and I'm wondering about in the heyday of Heidi High. I bet there were a few shenanigans and parties then.
Oh, yes. There were several wrong chalet entries.
What a very delicate way of expressing it.
Anyway, what do we think?
Well, I don't... What do you think?
Well, but I'm not being funny. This is really hard. Are you looking at my cherry?
No, I'm just thinking you're doing it... Oh, it's a cherry, sorry. I thought you were doing an impression of Isaac Newton.
Oh, with the arrow. Who's got the arrow? Have you got it hidden away?
No, that was William Tell. Truth or a lie?
Yeah, go on then. I'll leave it to
Go on then.
Oh,
So Chris thinks it's true.
I think it's true.
And Sue, you think it's...
I'm going to say it's true.
OK, well, my team think it's true.
All right. They think it's true. Alex falling asleep on the one-show sofa. True or a lie?
Oh, Rob, I'm better than that. Come on. It's a lie!
I once couldn't go to the loo because someone famous was in the cubicle next to me.
Right. David's team.
Oh, so who?
Beyonce.
Oh, come on. Now, Cush, where are we?
OK, so I went to the Met Gala a few years ago when I was still living in New York, and she was there.
Do you know what the Met Gala is?
I do.
You do?
Do you? Yeah. It's a big sort of party/charity event in New York where lots of famous people turn up in costumes and I don't know, and I assume then it's sort of drinks and nibbles.
When you go there, there's like a massive party inside, but there's also only really 1 or 2 toilets, so lots of famous people end up queuing for the loo, and it's taking them a lot of time to get out of the outfits to have a wee, because everyone needs help, because all the outfits are really high-tech.
Who was in your queue?
Well, Barbara Streisand was behind me.
No.
Wow.
And Beyonce was in front of me.
Did Beyonce have security with her?
Everybody had like 2 or 3 people with them to help them in and out of their stuff. So she was in a very tight, tube-like dress made out of plasticky stuff. I got in the cubicle, and obviously she went in one before me, and I went in the one next to her, and I could hear...
She's in there with... She's in there with 2 other people.
Yes, so I'm not sure if you've been in a girl's toilet recently, David, but anybody that needs an outfit that needs help, we go in together and we help each other with it.
Beyonce is like Queen Bee. I just don't think she would queue. I think she's got a toilet built outside separately.
At that level, you can probably organise it that you have, like, one massive wee at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then you're done. Because otherwise, you're just too busy.
God, I'd kill for that.
So you're in the cubicle, you can hear... next door.
You can hear everyone in the other toilets trying to do the same thing, but get, you know, oh, here, unpin this, oh, wait, I'll sew this.
Further along, could you hear memories like the corners? We've got nothing to be guilty. I am a woman in love. No. No?
No.
Oh, what a stuck-up old cow. She could have given a song, didn't she?
Anyway, Anyway, so she started to wee.
You heard it?
You heard Beyonce.
Well, that was why I couldn't go. I could hear her stream.
Oh.
And...
Islands in the stream, that is what we are.
I just felt it was my most magical moments of my life. I thought maybe if I listened, I could maybe take on some of the magic or something, like it would rub off on me in some way, just in the...
Well, if she missed the toilet, it definitely would, wouldn't it?
So I couldn't go. I couldn't go.
Did you talk to her? Who did you talk to that night, Cush?
It was hosted by Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston.
Oh.
And I think I was sat between Sarah Jessica Parker and Grandmaster Flash.
Oh, wow.
And tonight...
Lee Mack and Tim Vine. But if it's worth anything, I have been to the toilet whilst we've been doing this.
OK, it's time to take a guess. Is Cush telling the truth?
I want it to be true, because I love the idea of the sort of crackly dress and, like, being unable to... Because I think I can imagine that.
I want it to be true as well, so that we can go to the Met Gala together next year. She laughed like, yeah, right.
Yeah. I think my instinct is it's a lie.
OK, they think it's a lie. Cush, was it a lie? Were you telling us the truth?
It was true.
I once went into a business meeting in a restaurant at the top of the Shard, but was so overcome by the views, I had to finish the meeting sat under the table.
David's team. Are you afraid of heights?
No. I'm just very into views. The view is just unbelievable of London, and I'm someone that's always been in awe of basically looking up. I read about that in my book, in fact.
That's the first time anyone has ever plugged a book.
There you go.
And that is why he's a successful businessman.
And did you say you sat under the table?
I went under the table after. The reason why I ended up under the table was because I was uploading the photo to Instagram, and the lighting up there it's so bright, so I went under the table and I uploaded the photo to Instagram saying I'd just taken this picture and I was blown away by it.
So instead of looking at the amazing view, you're looking at the internet.
Social media, my background.
What was the business meeting about?
We were meeting the CMO of Adidas, I believe, to talk about one of their in-store activations that we were doing at the time, so...
Talking to them about the what?
We were doing a national in-store activation where visuals played in their stores on their...
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a brand new show, The Generation Gap. Tonight, old David Mitchell will be meeting Stephen and he'll be getting very confused. Don't worry, we'll be bringing you a cup of tea in a moment.
A social media campaign with Adidas across...
Right, so lots of things on the internet about shoes. Smash it.
Right. What do you think? Is he telling the truth?
Well, it's interesting because it sounded like the story. He was under the table because he was so intimidated by the view or scared.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
But no, it's the opposite. It's you love the view and you were so keen to share it because that's the thing is you need to share it so that you can believe it actually happened. And that's the thing. We want to make a mark on the wall. Some build cathedrals, others tweet. We all want to leave a mark.
What about you, Chris?
I believe that Stephen is probably one of them kinds of guys that would like to relive the moment he's just had 5 minutes ago, rather than just having another moment.
What do you think, Shirley?
I think it's plausible, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, I think we'll go true.
You're going to say it's true?
Yeah.
Stephen, was it true, what you just said, or was it a lie?
It was a lie!
For 10 years, I kept a terrible secret from my sister-in-law after an incident at Glastonbury.
Who was at Glastonbury?
Oh, I went with my wife, my sister-in-law, her husband, and a big group of us. We do it every year.
What was the incident?
She drank a bottle of my wee.
Oh, no!
Well, hang on. Was she very drunk?
No.
Well, whoa.
Tell us what happened.
It was Glastonbury, and it was raining cats and dogs outside. We're in the tent. I'm dying to go to the toilet. I thought, I'm not going to those Glastonbury loos, and I'm not getting out in the rain. And you know, remember those bottles of vitamin water that used to come in all different flavours and different colours? Yeah. But they had quite wide necks and quite, you know, nice bottles. However, thought I'd get that bit in. Yeah. So,
you said you've got to get that bit in.
So I thought, I'll have a wee in the bottle, put the top back on, and threw it in the corner of the tent, thinking I'll, you know, dispose of it in the morning. So anyway, the next morning, my sister-in-law comes along, opens the tent, and saw the bottle of vitamin water, and picked it up like that, and took a massive swig of it, and then put the top back on and went, "Oh, that vitamin water's gone off. You must have left it in the sun." Right. And then she walks off. Yeah. Me and Jackie, my wife, look at each other and go, "She never needs to know." And she didn't know for about 10 years.
And then, what made you tell her?
My wife told her one night over...
Why? Why after 10 years would you do that?
I think she was in a state of advanced refreshment.
What are we thinking? Amy, what do you think?
I think maybe it's a lie.
I don't know anymore with Craig.
Should we say true? But
I was chatting to him backstage. Turns out he's never been to space.
Incredible.
Last time I watched any of your documentaries, you liar. OK, we'll say true.
We're going to say it's true. OK. Craig, was it true or was it a lie?
I'm afraid it's true.
I once accidentally flashed the Queen.
David's team.
Are we talking about the current Queen or the late Queen?
The late Queen.
All right,
Elizabeth.
OK. The better one.
The best one.
Certainly, it's the one we'd all have chosen to flash, right? I mean...
How did that happen?
I was in a dance competition. If you won the competition, you got to dance for the Queen. Mm-hmm. And I had a costume malfunction.
What was the style of dance?
Just dance, just have a good dance. It was like...
Really?
Was it like modern interpretive dance and that kind of stuff?
No,
was it like
it wasn't that. No, it was just have a good dance.
What was the Queen's role? Was she a sort of a Bruno Tognoli figure? Was she judging the dancing?
She didn't hold up any paddles or anything like that. That would have been heartbreaking after a flash, wouldn't it, if she was like 2? But, brutal.
Official judgment on your private parts from your sovereign.
So how long ago was this, Amy?
It's when I was 17.
So how long ago was that?
Well, let's say 3 years.
Can you show us some of your moves? I'm just wondering if you could show me the dance that got you in front of the Queen.
What, right up until the flashing bit as well?
Amy, you must feel under no pressure to dance for Craig, please.
I'll show you just the... So this is the move.
Just bust a few moves.
The move was... it was coming down the stage like this. You get it.
Yeah.
Just having a good time. Just having a good time.
Yeah.
And the costume was... it was, like, off one shoulder. So when I did this, it popped out.
Now, when the mishap occurred...
Yeah.
How long was the mishappening until it...
Can you stop holding it, Rob?
How long before things corrected themselves? Or did it pop back in? Or what happened?
Sounds like a hernia. No, it was... I had to pull it back up.
How long before you noticed, then?
Well, obviously...
Did the Queen have to point it out?
So what are we going to say, David?
We're going to say true.
Oof, so masterful. Right. They think it's true. Amy, was it true or was it all a lie?
It's true!
I once had to explain to the police why I had 2 coffins in the back of my van.
David's team.
Imagine I'm the police. Why have you got 2 coffins in the back of your van, sir?
Well, I was doing a touring play at the time, and there was vampires in it.
Yeah.
So we had 2 coffins in the back of the van as props. And we were actually in Germany doing this play called Neighbours with Long Teeth. And
Things never translate from English to German.
Why did the police stop you?
Well, unbeknownst to us, the head of the Deutsche Bank had just been assassinated in Frankfurt.
Right.
And they were stopping everyone.
And so they were pulling over basically all vans.
They were looking for anything dodgy, basically, I guess.
Right.
Where were you? Which city?
It was just outside Frankfurt.
I live there.
Do you?
Yeah.
So they pulled you over.
Machine guns, everything. Very, very serious situation.
Yeah.
And we had to explain the plot of our play, Neighbours with Long Teeth.
Because you speak a bit of German. So
Yeah.
you were the... How many of you were there?
3 of us.
Oh, you should have said 9.
What sort of venues are you touring around?
Schools.
Schools. So...
The plot went that I was a sort of young 17-year-old schoolboy who'd fallen in love with my neighbour who was a vampire, and she came up out of the coffin, and that's where we first met.
And what was the other coffin for?
The other coffin was for her parents, her mum or her dad. I think they shared, because they're a married couple, they're allowed to...
I mean, to be fair, Motsi is loving this show.
And how did you explain all this to the police?
It was a lot of mime.
But it's quite a complex plot, so how would you convey it to them?
I think they had more things on their mind than the full... They didn't get to Act 3.
So, yes, at what point in your description of the story did they glaze over?
Right, Bez, what do you think?
Well, I love the plot of Neighbours with Long Teeth, and it's got to be true with Stephen, I reckon.
You think true, Motsi?
You don't think any of this is true, do you? You don't think this is really happening?
But don't you remember when the president of the Deutsche Bank was assassinated in Frankfurt?
When did this happen?
It would have been late 80s.
I just born. Like.
So you're not a suspect?
That wasn't a big part of your childhood. Let us tell you the story of the president of the Deutsche Bank.
Well, what's it going to be?
Well, I live around Frankfurt area. I mean, even if I wasn't there in the 80s, I think I would have heard the story.
How old were you when you went to Germany?
18.
You arrived in Frankfurt over 20 years after Steve's van was pulled over. I am not surprised they didn't mention it.
But this is a story. This is culture. You carry that on.
A school's tour of a play about vampires, and the police pull over their van once on what was quite a busy day for the police. I cannot share your confidence that they would have mentioned it to you, an 18-year-old dancer coming from South Africa. I don't think that will be on the things you need to know. Local restaurants, you know, this is how you pay the tax. The bins come on Tuesdays. Oh, and I must tell you, back in the late 80s, there was a guy here and he had a couple of coffins in his van. Turned out it was just a school's tour. If that's what you're basing it on, I'm going with Bez.
Okay. So you're saying it's true?
Yes.
So, Steve, was it true or was it a lie?
True.
And they never mentioned it! For one term at school, the other boys called me Two Hats, because my mum used to make me wear 2 hats to keep warm.
Sure they didn't call you twats? OK. Describe the first hat.
The first hat was a dark blue woolly hat.
Right.
The second hat was my school cap.
Sounds like a pretty tough school.
My nickname was Porky.
Oh.
Yeah,
because you used to wear a pig on your head.
Because I smelt the scratchings. No, it's just I was a bit overweight. 2 hats, that would be nice.
What's it going to be?
I think it's true.
The name 2 Hats feels a little bit 1960s East End London.
Well, I think it's kind of New York. Hey, it's Davy Two Hats. Here he comes.
Yeah. You will not marry that girl.
You heard what Porky said, Two Hats. You're not allowed to marry the girl.
I think it's a lie. It can't be true. Not David. Not David Two Hats.
You're saying it's a lie. David, was it a lie, or was it in fact the truth?
It was a lie.
OK, well, I'm still blind. So, David, would you save us all a lot of time and read my card out for me, please?
OK. I eat an apple a day in a very particular way.
Right, Lee's team.
How long have you eaten an apple a day?
Oh, probably coming up to a year, 9, 10 months, maybe.
10 months. So what is this particular way?
Well, the usual way to eat an apple...
They don't need to cover that, we know.
Well, I mean, Stephen's from Scotland, he mightn't be aware of eating fruit. So... But if you go in through the side and you eat around the core, and then you put the core in the bin.
Yeah. You're not going to tell me you eat the core first, because we're not going to believe you.
No, but I do eat the whole thing, because I read from a very reputable news source that 90% of the goodness is in the core.
90% of the goodness of an apple?
All the benefits.
Is that little bit in the middle?
In the middle. That's where all the goodness is, all the benefits. It does so much for your health.
I've been chucking the core to the dog. The dog now is an Olympic athlete. Now it explains it.
So, Chris, you eat the apple, and where most of us then would be left with the core and would discard it, you just carry on.
No. The way that everyone eats an apple is fundamentally wrong. So you don't go in through the side. You need to go in through the bum.
From the opposite end to the stalk.
So if you go in through the bum, you don't notice the core, because it's distributed equally amongst sweet, juicy apple. So you don't notice all of the goodness.
What the hell are you talking about?
This is great. I mean, if you eat an apple from the side and you're left with the core, all you've got is core. But if you eat it through the bum, up that way, you're getting a little bit of core.
Why don't you eat it through the side, but just keep chewing through the core?
Because
then it's just core at the end.
Yeah, because then you've got to go right through the middle.
Oh, you've got to go through the ride through the core before you get back to apple again. Whereas if you eat the bum end...
Yeah.
You're taking more apple each bite.
Yeah.
Who told you that the core is the best part of the apple?
I don't want this to detract from the authenticity of the story in any way, but it was on Apple News.
Apple News?
Apple News, as in the tech company.
Oh, I see. I genuinely thought you subscribed to an Apple newspaper.
Do you know what, Lee, as well? You would be amazed. 2 years ago, I found out that I'd been eating a banana upside down my whole life.
What do you mean upside down?
Your instinct is you get the stalk and you snap the stalk.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Now, and if you open it the other way, it looks
you hold on to the stalk
it's
and then
more
just...
pleasing, isn't it?
Yeah, you hold on to the stalk and twist the nipple. And...
Well, hang on. How can that be the wrong way? You're still eating the whole banana.
Because if you bend the stem, you run the risk of mushing the end of the banana. So, what I'm saying is, Lee, if you eat an apple from the bum, there's so many benefits, apparently.
What's the benefit?
Everything except for curing blindness.
So, what are you going to say? Truth or lie?
I'm not buying that.
You're not buying it?
No.
You're buying it?
No.
I'm not having that. With
Say
your
it's a
apple
lie.
nonsense.
OK, Chris, truth or lie?
I'm here to change the world, Rob. It's true.
After a mix-up with a builder, my house now has a daft name.
David, Steve.
What is your house's daft name, please?
The name is 74 Baskerville.
And what's the actual address?
All right, David, calm down.
That's a fair point you make. You don't have to tell me your address on television. How did you end up with 74 Baskerville on your house?
On the glass above the door in a Victorian house, there's an opportunity to put your number if you want it.
Yeah.
And I said, I want the number 74 frosted into the glass, and I want it in a serifed font, like Baskerville or Century Schoolbook or Garamond or Times New Roman or something like that.
This is the most middle-class conversation I have ever heard in my life.
Does it say 74 Baskerville in Baskerville?
What annoys me about it is that it is in Baskerville font, so someone knew.
It's interesting, because I've always had a theory that sign writers can all spell accommodation. But they ask, do you want the special service where we spell check? It's twice as much. And then people say, no, we can spell check. And then they come up with their idea of how to spell accommodation. The sign writer goes, OK, that's what we're putting, knowing that it will foreshorten the time by which the sign will have to be redone, because people will be embarrassed to have accommodation spelt wrong. Anyway, that's just my theory.
So what are you thinking? Now, let's see. Roman.
I think it's the truth. This is a real tricky one, and he knows he's had a good performance. Look at his face.
Now there's a look there. He looks pleased that we're about to believe.
Yeah, I agree.
He's luring us in with his pleasedness, and I just feel humiliated and toyed with.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's a lie. We're going lie.
You're saying that it's a lie?
Yeah.
All right, I like that. That's dynamic.
That means he's invented Baskerville like that. We're saying he's a genius.
Xand, was it the truth or was it a lie?
Desperate to press the button. It's so true. Oh, God.
It's true.
Yes, it's true. And look at this. Here's a picture of it. Look at that.
I always answer the front door with a spanner in my hand, so if it's someone I don't want to talk to, I can tell them that I'm busy fixing the sink.
These two.
Why don't you just not answer it? That's what I do.
Oh, because it might be someone I want to see.
Do you have a lot of people just popping round?
Yeah, I live on a terrace street, so there's all sorts of rough stuff happening.
Can you give me an example of someone you wouldn't want to see?
Next door, but two.
Well, you're saying that on national television. But hey, it could be either way.
Yeah.
Unless you live at the end, you've had it.
So what sort of thing would they be asking for?
Sometimes they knock on and they want to know if their child is in my house.
What makes them think that you might have their kid?
Because their children are everywhere all the time, and they get into the back. We've all got, we share a ginnel, and they get into the backyards.
Do you have a technique, David, if people ever come to your house and you're concerned that it might not be somebody you want to entertain?
I wouldn't believe you if you had a spanner, let's put it that way.
I don't own any tools.
No, but what do you do?
I have quite an off-putting presence.
If you had a quill... You came to the door with a quill.
With a quill?
So I'm busy. Fair enough, David, got it.
I'd love to let you in, but I'm a ghost.
Joe, how do you see off unwanted callers?
I just say, I've just wet myself. Can you give me a hand? That sees them off.
Do you live with anybody? Do you live alone?
No, I live with my partner.
So there's two of you?
Yeah.
So that they're always thinking, why is it always her that has to fix the sink?
What do you mean?
Why can't you mix up sink fixing?
Because I'm a feminist.
But,
get with it, Lee.
But a feminist should be fixing the sink 50% of the time.
And we still get paid 25% less for it. It's unbelievable.
So what are we thinking, Simon?
I think it's a lie.
Why?
Just from what she's told us over the...
I don't think it's
you don't think it's true? OK, well, I don't think it's true either, then.
Kiri, were you telling the truth, or was it a lie?
It is a lie.
My weekday breakfast regime is always as follows. Monday, cornflakes. Tuesday, cornflakes. Wednesday, cornflakes. Thursday, cornflakes. And on Friday, jazzy cornflakes.
Please do.
What's jazzy cornflakes?
It's cornflakes with chocolate milk.
Oh. So the phrase jazzy cornflakes is something you've created. It's not
as a renowned wit.
So how did you come up with this system, David?
Well, I like chocolate. It's a treat. Friday is the day of treats, I'd say. It's a fun day because it's not actually the weekend, but by the time the weekend started, you're already disappointed by it. So the anticipation of something nice happening is almost invariably nicer than the thing itself.
So Friday morning is peak for that feeling.
Yes, actually. Although increasingly I now prefer Thursdays because you're looking forward to the Friday that always ends up being a bit disappointing.
So talk us through the routine, David.
Well, the routine... I get a bowl,
I put some cornflakes in it. Then I pour the milk on, down the side, not over the top. I don't want them to go soggy.
Oh, you don't want them soggy?
No, I like a sort of sogginess rising from below, but a sort of resistant crunchiness on the top.
Yeah. So why don't you put your milk in first and then put the flakes in?
Because the reason is that I've literally never thought of it.
So, Lee, what do you think?
It's unlikely, because the David I know would say cornflakes milk on a Monday, cornflakes milk on a Tuesday, cornflakes milk on Wednesday, cornflakes milk on Thursday, and when you get to Friday, go, I better not take any risks. Joe, what do we think?
I don't believe it.
You don't?
I don't think so.
He comes across as boring, but I don't think he's actually that boring.
So what are you going to say? Is it the truth?
Well, we'll have to go with lie.
Say lie. OK, David, truth or lie?
It is a lie.
Possession.
Right. There's a box underneath your desk, Diane. Could you open the lid, read the card out first, and then take out the item?
Every time I lose a tooth, I put it in a pot. This is that pot.
Right, Lee's teeth.
Now, I'm confused because my children are watching this. Why didn't the tooth fairy take them?
Well, they did some.
Because if you was to put that under your pillow, you'd get about 700 quid.
Are there teeth in there now?
Yes.
Okay.
So why did you decide to start just collecting them?
Something to do, isn't it?
So can I come and get it?
You can go and get it if you want to, yes.
All right.
You lost weight, you look great.
As rehearsed, well done. Thank you. I'll take the lid.
Yeah.
I feel like a very grumpy fairy. There's a quid under your pillow, love.
Oh, my God! Oh, wow.
Wow.
Huge.
That's a big one.
That's like a cat's tooth.
More like a fang.
This one's quite decayed.
Yeah, they're not healthy-looking teeth.
No.
She's from Bolton.
Can you talk us through them, Diane? Do you remember which one comes from where?
Well, they all came from my mouth.
I appreciate that, but in which parts of the mouth?
Can you explain this one? Because that is just...
That's like a dinosaur tooth. It's very long and sharp.
Well, you know that it's not just the top of your teeth that you can see. They go down into your gums.
Oh, yeah, I went to school.
What scares me is if this isn't true, whose teeth are they?
If I find out the producer of this show has pulled out his children's teeth for the sake of this show, I will genuinely say, well done, mate.
You can probably buy children's teeth online.
What do you think, Rory? Is she telling the truth?
I think she has to be telling the truth, because she doesn't strike me as a person warped and deranged enough to collect other people's teeth.
No, I don't think... No. Better explain how this show works. If she's not telling the truth, it means that this is as new to her as it is to us. It doesn't mean I'm lying because they're not my teeth.
All right, it's true.
It's true.
I hope it's true.
OK, true.
You're saying it's true?
Yeah.
OK, Diane, truth or lie?
It's actually true.
Why would you do that?
Okay. When I was Baby Spice, I mainly just ate baby food.
David Steve.
So you only ate baby food?
Yeah. So I moved in with the girls. We lived together. And we didn't have very much money. So I used to eat baby food.
What were the other girls eating at this stage?
Beans on toast, corned beef and rice.
Corned beef and rice? Who was eating that?
Who do you think?
I'd go for Mel B.
Yeah.
No, I'll just eat it.
It would never occur to me to eat baby food. How did you discover that?
It was either my nephew or a cousin, a baby, and I must have just tasted it.
What were you were stealing baby food off a child.
I still do it now with my own kids.
What were your stools like?
don't think that question's ever been asked before on this show.
I'm going to answer that.
But because
you
having...
don't have to answer
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Because having been an active father with nappy changing, I know the effect that stuff has on your system.
I think there's a trajectory. What you're talking about is when a baby goes from just having milk to having the first baby food, there is a marked change in the nature of the stool. Basically, it turns into normal excrement, which is not very nice, from being extremely, the most pleasant of the excrements is the excrement of a baby before it is weaned. I'm not saying it's an actively nice substance, but of all the excrements, it's definitely my favourite.
Can I just say, David, on behalf of the team, thank you for getting us past Sean's awkward moment.
Thank you. If you like, I'll rank all of the excrements. So I would prefer horse to dog. Who wouldn't? No one puts dog on their roses.
Tell you what, why don't you relax for a little while? So, what are you going to say?
I think it's a lie.
What do you think?
I think it's false.
We're going to go lie.
You're saying it's a lie. Right. Emma, truth or lie?
Unfortunately, it's true.
When I was a child, I created a superhero called Snooker Table Man. He had 3 key skills and 1 mortal enemy.
Lee, let's start with the obvious. Who's the mortal enemy of Snooker Table Man?
Vampire Ray. It was based loosely around Ray Reardon.
Ray Reardon?
What were his 3 skills, Richard?
A lot of his skills didn't have an awful lot to do with snooker, I'll be honest with you. He took on the form of a snooker table, because then he could get...
Whoa. What? Just one question to clarify. What the hell are you talking about?
Right. Snooker Table Man he would take on the form of a snooker table in the same way that the TARDIS would take on the form of a phone box. It's not crazy. And he would be able to go into the houses of very rich and successful and famous people.
It's not like the TARDIS, is it? The TARDIS is the vehicle that the superhero, for want of a better word, travels round in. Yeah. If you're Snooker Table Man and there's a child trapped in a building, you go, what are we going to do? Don't worry, it's Snooker Table Man. And then you turn into a snooker table and you go, now what? I go, that's all I can
do. So what was his purpose? What did he do?
His purpose was to go into the houses of very rich people who were trying to, for various reasons, take over the world. And he would... Firstly, he would report back on them, because he had wireless transistors in the pockets.
Whoa. So he would... So he would go into the houses of very, very rich people...
Admit that is a good disguise if you want to get into...
No, it's a terrible disguise. It's a terrible disguise unless the person in question has ordered a snooker table. Otherwise, they'll go, it's the worst disguise in the world. They'll go, the hell did that come from?
Do you think any rich person, if they were given a delivery of a snooker table, wouldn't go, oh, lovely, a snooker table?
Yes, they would. Yeah. But you didn't say you were given delivery. You said you suddenly appeared in an empty room.
No, I didn't. What do you mean, transport
So
myself?
you knock on the door and you go, hello, I'm here to give you a snooker table.
You are...
That was it. That was your...
Now you're making it sound ridiculous.
How did he move around?
He didn't move around. That's the beauty of him.
People moved around him. That's snooker tables.
You know what? I won't tell the rest of this story if you're going to mock me.
What are the other powers you haven't told us about?
Yeah. Well, I've given you the 2.
And
the third
what was
one
the second one?
Transistors and pockets.
The transistors, yeah. The ability to transmit information.
Who 2?
And 2... Oh, who do you think... If we're trying to save the world, who do you think he's transmitting to?
Steve Davis.
Firstly, me.
What was your third power, then?
The third power was exploding balls.
And how would he use his exploding balls? In what situation would he want his balls to explode?
Finally, a sensible question. If I've received enough information that the person whose home this snooker table is in is up to no good, is up to nefarious activities...
Yes.
OK? The next time they're playing a game of snooker, I can then make those balls explode at will.
If you were playing this game in Wales, you wouldn't call it snooker.
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 Yeah, snooker.
Because we don't like the ooh sound. It's the same with tooth. We'd say tooth.
Yeah, and likewise, we don't like the Welsh.
Lee, what are you thinking?
I think it's a big fat lie.
You think it's a lie?
I mean, I think he's a large man. He's like a snooker table.
I'm not 12 foot by 6 foot, you know that.
I think I'm going to say that was a lie.
You think it's a lie? OK, Richard, was it the truth or was it a lie?
It was a lie.